You know, a lot of people say that Venom is the ultimate Spider-Man villain, but then I look at the Green Goblin and then I say otherwise. Yes, everybody, the Green Goblin is hands down my favorite Spider-Man villain. And part of the reason why he is my favorite villain is because he was the one that was closest to Peter as far as in a personal level. Because the Green Goblin was Norman Osborn, the father of Peter's best friend, Harry Osborn. And I've always said that the Green Goblin kind of like was like the perfect villain for Spider-Man. He just fit the part right. He got to him on a personal level. Didn't care. His origin is pretty good. Like him doing this experiment on himself, and then he basically goes crazy and he just wrecks chaos. And I like that in the movies they definitely give him more of a reason why he's more evil, and that's actually what made me fall in love with the Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe's performance was just top notch, and later I found out in comics that Harry also becomes the Green Goblin at some point during the story, but this one mainly focuses on the end of the Green Goblin, more particularly Norman Osborn as Green Goblin. And honestly, if you've seen the movie, you basically know how he ends. He dies the exact same way after spider senses catch the board, missing him, and Green Goblin gets hit by his own board. This series of events kind of takes a more personal level because around this point, with Norman already knowing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, he gets him on a personal no level. Like, he is the reason why MJ is dead. And I have seen this being portrayed in No Way Home. Instead of it being MJ, it was actually Aunt May who, pulled the trigger. And he loves playing mind games, getting into the head of Spider-Man, almost getting him to that sinner side of him. But with that great power comes great responsibility. The line plays a huge part. And that is what made, to me, the Green Goblin the ultimate bad guy for Spider-Man. And this was definitely the exception for all of that. Zeb Wells, who is the person who wrote this, did a solid job, but it does kind of play a part because a lot of people were saying that around this time Zeb Wells was leaving Marvel and he was going to move on to other stuff. I don't know what the full backstory is, but basically they were really rushing in to wrap up this story. But even though some people I know that don't like it because it's very simple and to the point, sometimes simple and to the point is fine. I will admit it's not a great story, but it's good for what it is. I'm not gonna just fanboy and say everything that Green Goblin does is great. But yeah, it's a very simple story, and you kind of have to read other comics just to get invested in this one. And that is why this story gets a B plus. I think over time, comics have gotten better at giving you more of an investment for the Green Goblin. Even the movies, not all of them. We'll get to you, Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I have loved the fact that we also share, like with Harry Osborn and Norman Osborn, a different aura to it. So that is what kind of helps it, that it's someone very close to Peter Parker. Gosh, I feel like these videos get shorter, particularly the comic book ones, but usually my movie reviews are the ones that take the longest. Because the next video is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Wish me luck, everybody.